Hello there everyone, and welcome back to Empire Total War 2 with this Polish-Lithuanian campaign. It's finally time, it's time to invade Russia. First, a little side note of what's been going on. So, last time we were dealing with the Ottoman Empire, and the Ottomans, they are still around, and I did manage to sign a peace deal with them, but they decided to declare war on me again anyways. I took all their territories from them. As we can see, some are still rebels, like in Armenia and in Palestine. They did manage to reconquer Syria. We had the Mamluks raised actually in Mesopotamia and Baghdad, rather than what you'd expect in Egypt, where I ended up giving them Egypt. I also ended up giving them Arabia, or the Arabian Peninsula, which I think includes all of this, or at least, I mean, you barely see anything of it. The British have taken Egypt. The reason why the British have taken Egypt is because the British gave kind of an ultimatum to me to give up Tripoli. I can't remember what they were trading it for. I think it was some rather nice technology, actually. But I decided, you know what? This time around, I'm not gonna bother with defending this territory from the British, so we're gonna hand that over. So that's why Tripoli is no longer in Polish hands. I'm pretty sure, though, the schools still teach Polish, so almost 50% of the region considers themselves Polish. I don't know, maybe we'll have a rebellion of Polish, a Polish colony will rebel. Besides that, there isn't much that happened. Although, as you might tell from the way Russia is looking, Russia has gone ahead and sold me even more territories. One thing also, I was thinking about giving the Ottomans a large amount of money, or something, to sign a peace deal with them. However, I decided against that because I realized I was making quite a bit of money. I don't think I can actually see how much money I'm making. But when you raid trade, it goes under other. And currently we're making 14,000. It doesn't break it down how much we actually make from raiding Ottoman trade. What I can do is, I think I can, if I move these guys away from raiding it, then we can see. So it falls down to 8,000. It was a lot more when the Ottomans held a lot more territory. I was thinking was gonna be more, but we're making 6,000 of raiding the Ottoman trade. It was a lot more. It's a shame that I didn't show it sooner. Actually, they've got trade right here. Maybe I should raid that. 2,000. It's probably from the ports here in Syria. But enough of that. The Ottomans are not really able to do a dent in my navy, and if there's a risk of them trying to cross here and do some serious damage, then I do have my newly minted Ottoman army, my own Ottomans. We've got tons of Janissaries, the Royal Cairo Guard, the Mamluk of Istanbul, and then a ton of these heavy howitzers ready to be brought against them. As I was actually thinking of invading them, but then I realized I was making quite a bit of money from raiding their trade. Oh yes, also, before we go in and invade Russia, as a lot of people, one person asked, what is this circle down in North Africa? Well, if you actually click on it, it's owned by France, and it's actually the East India region. And when I was looking into that, I was thinking maybe I can buy it off the French. Wait. Why does it say United Provinces down here? Oh, you can't actually see it down here. Maybe that's why it's here. Because you can't actually see this bit. It's one of those that don't turn up on the maps. That's maybe why. Interesting, it says United Provinces for the port. But the region is owned by France. I was hoping France would sell this region to me. Because I was hoping I'd get the port. But if the port is United Provinces, maybe if United Provinces for... That's why it's French. Because they've been fighting with the Dutch, and the Dutch handed it over at some point. I wish I could have it, but unfortunately that does not seem like the case. I offered the French 100,000 and some pretty sweet technologies. Doesn't look like that's gonna happen. Also, I was hoping that I'd be able to change around so we get restructure government to an absolute monarchy instead of what we currently have, which is constitutional one. But it doesn't seem very likely. As you can see, 26 happiness for the upper classes and 0 for the lower classes. If you want a conservative revolution, you're gonna piss off the upper class. If you want a Republican revolution, you piss off the lower class. So in this case, I mean, I think eventually, when I get enough of the technologies in the philosophy tree, then I will be able to have more unhappiness for the upper class than for the lower class. Currently, a lot of it is people in government. I didn't realize people in government did 29 points for them. I guess that's something I could change by kicking out a lot of these guys and just doing the absolute worst cabinet ever. Just focusing on unhappiness for the upper classes, which I don't know what exactly they dislike, because they don't really it's mostly dislike from the lower classes. There's not a lot of these that are unhappiness. This one though, locksmith, but he's already going. Yeah, then another mistress. Yeah, there's a lot of mistresses here. Newest guy, harsh reputation minus lower classes. Yeah, so it doesn't seem like that's gonna be something that I'll be able to achieve. Probably the best thing is to try and do that as early as possible in the campaign, when it's still kind of even. But enough of that. With that said, there's nothing really else to be said. So, we're gonna go ahead and declare war on Russia. It's gonna be interesting to see. Oh yeah! Obvious thing that you might have noticed. Why is it mentioning this? The king has died! Long live the queen! Now we have Sophia the First has taken over, as August II has died. As I've switched out, I think some of the generals for the armies, I've switched them out like 2 or 3 times, waiting here along the border, ready to invade Russia. So we have like new generations constantly going on here. She's morally impaired, but she's pious. So she's a religious hypocrite. That's very unusual, right? Very unusual. Status quo, and status quo, so she's conservative. She's conservative, religious, morally impaired. People in government. Like, I've never heard of this, right? But then she's bon vivant, or whatever, however you want to pronounce it. We're Polish. Fuck the French. Right. Enough of that. Let's go ahead and declare war. This time I'm gonna ask my allies to join me and we'll see what happens. Who joins who? Alliance broken, Russia and Georgia. Georgia doesn't want to come in. The Ukrainians don't want to go with us. But it looks like they don't want to go with the... Oh, well, no, they joined the Russians. The Zaporozhians joined the Russians. Russia and Denmark breaks its alliance. Russia and Great Britain breaks its alliance. Russia and Poland, Lithuania... What? Poland, Lithuania doesn't come to the aid of... Wait a minute. Right, so... the Papal States join me. Because they are my vassal. And then we have the Duchy of Kurland, which also joins me because they are also my vassal. And Denmark is the one that refused to join me. And so also the Ukrainians refused to join me. They side with the Russians. Which is not something I would have thought. I would have thought the Ukrainians would actually side with me against Russia, but they did not. Which I'm actually really surprised with, because I've handed over so much technology, so much money, and so many things to the Ukrainians that I'm really surprised. Patron of the Navy? The guy's an idiot. Where does he keep his navy? I guess along the river here. Frugal though? Alright. A lot of stars, 43 years old. He looks, I think he looks better in this picture than he looks in this one. He looks a little bit porky in this one. I think I can come away with saying that. Still being, I guess it's not body positive, so maybe this episode won't be monetized by YouTube. I've handed over a lot of technology to the Ukrainians, so I don't know why, but I guess we'll have to. I was hoping I wouldn't have to fight them. I guess we'll have to fight them, and it looks like a huge battle. They're gonna intercept me here. Oh yeah, now when I remember it, we need to name a new unit. Now I have 14 members on YouTube, and the thing is, a lot of them come in and out, depending on different months and so on, and I try to keep updated as much as possible. I don't know if this guy already has a regiment, and it's named something else, like some others, because I haven't kept track of that. But I'm thinking I'm gonna go ahead and name another elite regiment after him. So this is the latest one, though. The 1st Regiment of the Royalist Guards. That's the latest one that I actually know. He requested that, and he also requested... I'm gonna get a naval battle for you guys. Let's see. He also requested, as I put that up as an option, that each person gets like a land unit and then also a naval unit. So, 1st ship of the line, which means it is the Admiral Stanislav, his ship, that is renamed to the Enterprise. Really courageous animal. Courageous animal? Admiral. Courageous Admiral. Damn it. Right. Enough talking now. Let's go ahead and fight the Ukrainians. I'm thinking here that we're gonna go and march up into their territory and see if they hope for them to intercept us, because then I think they will actually fight us. Stanislav's women Cossack. Interesting. Maybe I should have had the Greek women fight the Ukrainian women. That would have been something, right? I'm just gonna go ahead and name another one of these elite guard units to whatever this new guy was called. or I think he doesn't have a regiment. But he's signed up again. He's been previously, but now he's signing up again, so he needs a unit, I think. I'm gonna go ahead and check that, and then we're gonna march into the Ukrainian territory. Hopefully they'll intercept us, which means we get a battle where the enemy is actually active. I think they should intercept me, because, I mean, there's 3 bloody full stacks standing on top of each other, which means it's like, what, 60 units? I don't even know if this battle's gonna work to the very end of it. But we'll try. The guy is called Tarmo, or Tarmo. It's a very Finnish name. Right, so now you have a unit, possibly 2. We're gonna march into their area of control, and hopefully they'll intercept. And they do! Wonderful. First army is 9,000 men. The follow-up army looks like 6,000. It looks like the one that's kind of stuck double in the city won't join the battle, which is wonderful, because that would have been just too many troops. In terms of what the Cossacks have, it's a whole host of different types of unit. German mercenaries. Tons of different Cossack units, of course. People of the earth, right? Convicts. People of the earth. Thieving Cossacks. Right. Unipass Streltsky. It's like, what? It's 1754, I think? They still have Streltsky? I thought Peter the Great got rid of them a long time ago. But then again, I guess the Ukrainians... Even though I've given them quite a bit of technology. Right, anyways. Let's go ahead and fight this battle here. And bring the Cossacks to their knees. My army is arrayed, and I decide to go ahead and show you the army setup because the enemy is setting up so close. Now, they're probably not going to set up in here, but if they're going to attack from the front there, we've got that line. Or in the back if they're back there. But it's going to be relatively close. So what we have over on the far left is we've got the guards. So the Guards Brigade, which has the 2 new regiments, which is the 1st Regiment of the Royal Guards, Royalist Guards, and then the Tarmo with their little pocket knives. We got first Nick and the Lithuanian riflemen stretched out here in the woods. Then I've got the horse artillery, which will drawn forward a little bit so they can fire down the hill if they want to. Meat and Potatoes Brigade, which goes through here, backed up by the howitzers. Over here we got the old demi cannons lined up, and there next to the new brigade, which is the Galician Volunteer Corps. So we've got our own Ukrainians to fight the Cossacks. And over on the far right, we've got the Grenadier Brigade. In the back, we also got the 6-pounder horse artillery. 2 units of those. And then we've got the Polish cavalry. And over here, we've got the 3 name units for the winged hussars. So Major Duco, Izzy, and the Sons. With that, let's go ahead and start the battle. Oh, they start at the closest, which I love. Then we don't have to wait a long time. Holy shit. Fire directly towards the general and the winged hussars. They fire from both angles, actually, towards that, which I'm not super happy. We're already firing to subdue the cannons on this side. We seem to have hit the majestic deserters. Lost 75 men in the first strike there. We'll continue to bombard the enemy here. The heavy guns are now setting up. Given the bombardment we are seeing right here, and the fact that the enemy is currently not advancing, I'm gonna see if I can set up my 6-pounders then over here. And as they're moving forward, so will the Grenadier Brigade and the Galician, our own Ukrainian Brigade. Meat and Potato Line Infantry will advance just slightly. We don't want to stand in the way of the cannons. In terms of what I can see, it looks like most of the Ukrainian cavalry is situated over on the left side, where we've got the Germans, we've got some form of really happy-ish people. Uncanny Valley happy though. Then we've got God knows what that is. And we got Cossacks. Yes, we got lots of Cossacks. As the cannons roar and we seem to start to get the upper hand in the cavalry fight, or the cannon fight, I will actually start this battle by engaging the Ukrainian left with our right side. We're gonna go ahead, since they're firing currently towards the winged hussars, we're not gonna deploy them because there's a risk them getting shot to shit. So I'm gonna get the Polish cavalry to set up there. We are doing quite well in not maybe taking down this battery still. This battery has actually been brought down quite a bit. But this unit right here has been brought low quite well. I think our demi-cannons will fire on their demi-cannons over there. Music, not really fitting, is it? Not really Spanish, is it? Oh, they've been bouncing through and killing all of these, but I don't think I'm going to be moving this artillery anyway, so that doesn't matter much. Let's see, my 6-pounders getting ready. I think we can move them forward a little bit, actually. Main target for these guns would actually be the Cossacks cavalry, which, oh, they already are, no, they are not. It's just because they're stuck together that they were called forward a little bit. I was hoping they'd be moving on the attack because they were the ones who intercepted me, but I guess they had... I mean, they definitely don't have more artillery than I do. I will organize the artillery a little bit better here. Well, these guns are suffering heavily due to the enemy's fire. So the sooner we can, you know, break down this side, the better. Oh, they're coming right for the guns. And unfortunately, we've already fired all guns, damn it. And they're just gonna charge into the guns, aren't they? Yeah. And both of them broke up. God damn it. Head to this side. And I'm gonna order the first Grenadiers to open fire here. Actually, the 9th Grenadiers. That's a shame. I wish I had more paid more attention to this side. But that moved really quick, didn't it? And they died just as quick. Unfortunately, looks like this battery, the 5th battery, is not going to come back. So we lost one of our batteries there, or not really lost it, but it left the field of battle. We're going to Go ahead and get the grenadiers like this, something like that. On either side of the battery, and then the battery will continue as it is. Then these will set up like this. Right, we have some enemies now responding to our attack. We have skirmish formation for the Lithuanians, although I feel as though deploying them into skirmish formation is probably not advisable. We're gonna get the Polish cavalry up here. Right, we've got quite a few of these Cossack regiments responding. Expatriates. Here come the convicts. What do we have here? Pikes! And irregulars. The Hetman regiment. Have I silenced the guns here? No, not really. The middle battery we've done quite a good amount of work on, but the other ones, not so much. Right, you know what? If we're gonna advance here, it's better if we actually aim for the Cossack cavalry. So we'll be aiming for that. That will open up for us to advance on them. Then we've got these two batteries continuing to fire over here. Maybe instead we will be firing for their cavalry. German Guard cavalry. What do we have here? Provincial cavalry moving forward. I feel like my cavalry is a lot stronger than them. Go ahead and order the grenadiers to advance. Heavy attack coming in by the Ukrainians towards the Lithuanians here. So we'll go ahead and withdraw them just slightly. Okay, attack there. Then I'm going to order the guns to fire back at this again. Maybe actually get these guns targeting the Seriduks and the whatever else is moving forward here. Actually, if I can get a bounce up through this one. Oh, the general got killed. He was stationed with the cavalry over on this side, which makes sense, I guess. That he's with the heavy cavalry side there. We'll have two of the guards quickly switch, and then the other two moving forward to engage the marshal people. And then the cavalry will now move forward to attack the guns, take them out. Right, the Lithuanians, the Lithuanian brigade, under the command of Nick, has made sure to hold on. Right, the guards opening fire. Oh, we're getting shot by the guns now for the Polish cavalry. I'm going to order all of them to strike immediately. We're going to wheel the rest of the brigade up. A lot of the Ukrainian troops are fleeing here under heavy bombardment. I realize now that we've got one battery here which has lost all cannons but one. Fire on the irregular foot troops. Continue on into the marshal people and bring the guns with you. Alright, most of the cavalry has been sent away over here. Wish to do a little bit more work. We've got a single cannon over here, that isn't doing much. But we are quickly sending a lot of these Ukrainian troops away. Alright, the Guard Brigade is free. The Lithuanian Brigade will swing up, join, move into a full line. We're getting heavily bombarded here. Luckily, currently they are bouncing the shots mostly into the hill. Right, we're done there with the Polish cavalry. Can now set up here. I'm hoping you don't hear that, but my neighbor is drilling into the wall. Pretty good lineup here, as the cannons are able to bounce the shots straight up the line here. Not entirely sure why they've decided to form square in the back like that. Get the guards up closer. Can start bringing some of the heat to those other troops that are coming in. Fire on the irregulars, they're right in front of you. This one's firing for a single gun. Alright, there's barely any cavalry left on this side. I'm gonna order you to hold fire. We're gonna bring up the Grenadiers and the Galicians. Instead of firing here now, I want these two actually to fire towards the Lifeguard horse, which are holding the center. See how we can bring them down. There's a lot of troops here which the shots can bounce through. And we look to be cutting these guys to pieces. These should also actually focus in on firing straight up the center. And then I want the what's it called? The howitzers to fire on the center as well. So we get an absolute blanket barrage destroying the center as we continue forward here. Let's see if we can organize this a little bit better. There is going to be reinforcements, and I'm hoping them going to join the fight. And we can continue this as it goes along. We already destroyed a house here. Let's see if we can focus in on this flank then and take out the artillery on this side. Once the artillery here on this side is destroyed, then I can hold the fire on my own artillery. You know what? I can order this group to advance as well, so we advance all troops. Good fire along the line. The Seriduks are forced back. The Streltsky militia is sent back as well. Maybe I should spread out the howitzer fire a little bit with the second battery firing towards here. It's probably absolute chaos here, as it's quite thick lines that they are arrayed in, and shots should be bouncing through. We've got the explosive howitzer shots coming in, absolutely destroying the Ukrainian center. I would be hoping that we would be moving quicker here to do a lot more damage, but that will come in time as well. Right, let's go for full-on attack, and then the meat and potato line will set up somewhere along the line there. I wonder, you can actually fire above them, can't you? If you fire at the units in the way back, we should be able to hopefully to fire above. Yeah, we're able to fire above that. So we've got troops moving all across the field. These guys coming close to the Polish cavalry. Pikemen. Oh, both units are actually pikemen. One of which, though, is about to be broken by it's spread out way too much. Not the greatest idea to charge straight into pikemen, but the one on the right here, oh, they're forming into square. These two will pull off then. But this one that was caught out in really poor formation is actually being brought down by my cavalry charge. I'm gonna order the guards to fire towards the square instead, as these guys chase away the troops. What I can actually do is we can keep the cavalry somewhat close, or somewhere like that, and then I'm gonna order these two batteries up here. God damn it. I think I got one of the winged hussars in on that, which was not my intention. Oh, they've actually joined. Some of the Cossack units have joined the center for a battle over there. Alright, why don't you move out and join that, while the other two move forward, and then the Lithuanians will do a jump. What's this? Convicts. That should be easy enough to charge down them. And we'll redirect the artillery once more towards the center. The howitzers should now focus on some units out here, which actually still have quite a bit of units left. I've completely forgot about these troops, but it seems like the enemy forgot about them as well. Sort of. I've lost quite a few men in the advance here, but it's not like the enemy hasn't lost a lot of men as well. There's a risk here. Oh, canister just took out the entire flank of this regiment. Oh, the 14th foot shot to pieces. I'm gonna order these two to advance in a bayonet attack. The Grenadiers gonna bring up their flank. These two gonna turn and get rid of those two. And oh, the convicts are back. Yeah. But that square still holds. Interesting. Let's have the guards close in, and then the Lithuanians will advance. We'll swing in more of the meat and potato line infantry. Actually, two of those need to turn because we've got one regiment coming through there. Cannons will focus on that. Unfortunately, one were broken in the attack on the cannons. The other one did succeed. Looks like we got hit with more canister in the process. Cavalry destroyed. Grenadiers move up. Are they starting to bring in their reinforcements? That's what I'm wondering. The poor square. They keep on holding their position in fear of cavalry charge. There's nothing they can do but slowly getting whittled away until there's nothing left. Right, guards up forwards. Currently, I think I ordered the howitzers to focus on this, which is now out of range. Fire instead towards the irregular troops. Actually, I want you to fire towards that unit over there. And then I want all batteries actually to focus in on that one. Lithuanians coming in here. I'll spread them out like this, so they'll aid here by attacking the cavalry on that side. And then we got the guard brigade doing their work over here, with the cavalry situated over there. If we go over to this side, Galicians have rallied, took heavy canister fire. Let's actually get in line with the rest of them here, as the cannon was sent away. Let's get all the Galicians in line, and then all the Grenadiers in line to the side there. small group of demi-cannon troops. And then we've got the Majesties, actually. Majesties deserters. That's what they're called. Probably not going to hold for much longer. And I say that just as they give up. Or the enemy tried to charge the 8th Regiment. Didn't really... Oh shit, we're shooting our own there. Yeah. At this point, the cannon over there is no longer really useful. Right, let's get these... Oh, this one was actually, I guess, broken by the charge. Part of the charge. That I missed. There's a lot of dead people here. Right, meat and potato line infantry. Make a line. And then we'll have the Galicians advance together with the Grenadiers. We've got the... yeah, I mean, we've won the battle now. Their reinforcements have not turned up for the battle. If I can win this battle without them calling in their reinforcements, that worked pretty well as well, I think. We need to fire... What did I get there? One of these that has no cannons left. I want you to fire in towards the retreating troops. Well, first Nix has been shot up the flank by this unit. I thought this one was firing towards the elites. But that wasn't the case. Let's get 2 units facing that way and then 2 this way. The remainder of the Cossacks, let's go ahead and target them with artillery fire. We've got our own Ukrainians ready to shoot up their flank. The deserters ready to fire up their flank. Wonderful shots. They're redirecting their troops. Oh, some of those explosive shots are landing dangerously close to our own line. I'm gonna put them a little bit further back. Regiment was broken. Oh, there is where the reinforcements coming in. The reinforcements coming in behind us. Let's turn immediately to face these. Let's not linger as more and more troops are pouring in there. Cavalry over to that side. I'm gonna get the winged hussars hurrying over there. We still have a commanding view, but I think I can move one of the batteries. One of the batteries will move to get close shots. We'll move these ones as well. They're just kind of out of range. I think if I can move them a little bit closer, that would be nice. All the other cannons, unfortunately, there's not much we can do. Right, now everyone, all the different brigades need to be moving towards the other side here so we can rally. Okay, we've got an enemy unit that has rallied and a thieving Cossack that is being rallied over there. Let's go ahead and see if we can't crush this other unit before it's really even deployed. Ordering this unit to go ahead and fire towards the Lancers which are arriving onto the battlefield. Irregular troops and Streltsky moving in. Look, the square died where they stood. Royalist guards opening up fire, and here as well. There's a risk here as their cavalry is moving closer. I ordered one of the batteries to open fire on them. I'm gonna tell them to hold fire right now. Howitzers, close in so I can get some better support here. Ooh, they're about to be charged. It's Nick's first, getting charged by the Lancers. The 2nd Regiment, the 7th Light, is able to aid and is forcing the Lancers back. Looks good right now, and now Kirkman's Gunners comes in to support Nick and his brigade. I'm gonna move the Nick's brigade a little bit like that, so Kirkman's Gunners can come up and sit right in the middle of it, ready with canister to deal with that. The Winged Hussars readying out their side. Let's see. Polish cavalry. Could be sending them to chase down a lot of these, but I think they're already like broken. I don't know if that's super necessary. These units are kind of spent already, so might as well actually send them to do that. Oh, what are you getting hit by? Oh, I completely missed. We completely missed the women. How did I not notice the women? We're deploying the 12th Foot and the 14th Galician Volunteers. Readying up against the Stani... whatever. Oh, I see what kind of women these are. And they're oh, now I hear what kind of women they are. Okay, deploy. Oh, we've got Cossack cavalry. I was about to say Cossack cavalry. Horse guards. Ukrainian horse guard has decided to attack on this side. And then we got Lancers coming here to attack the Sons. Right, follow these. Follow them. And break them. Okay, we're gonna pull these guys a little bit back. And same with the guards here. The meat and potato line infantry. I'll set them as reserve behind the guard brigade. There isn't enough room for them to be really move through here. I'm gonna order Izzy back to attack these guys. Because even though the Sons haven't lost that many men, they have trouble actually breaking the enemy cavalry over there. Howitzers, no, not really within striking yet. What I'm going to do, I'm going to target this area with this battery. It's going to target this area and forget about it, basically. And so we have constant fire going in here on all the troops that just arrive on the battlefield. Winged Hussars, there's a mess of a fight here. And then we're gonna order these guys a little bit back. Kirkman's Gunners firing well. Let's see, have they dealt? They have not taken out the women yet. Right. Oh, you know what? We can ride them down. Get rid of them that way. Let's see, organize. I want the Grenadiers on the right, up on that hill. And then we're gonna have the Galicians as their reserve to start off with anyways. Get all the line infantry. Hold your fire. Set up. Winged hussars back up onto the hill here. A little bit of a lull in the fight. Hopefully I'll be able to get my howitzers in position where I can fire and forget towards that area. Did these guys... no, not a single gun survived in this. Unfortunately. We now have Ukrainian grenadiers charging, leading the charge of the Ukrainian assault towards the elite guard, which is firing devastating volleys. But they continue their charge. Now the charge is actually led by the people. The people of this earth. Which, you know, they've got pitchforks against the bayonets of the guard, which isn't really working out for them that well. Our own grenadiers are just about to come into position so they can aid into the fight. Let's see, maybe I'll deploy the howitzers earlier than expected. This can't be right. Is this the only range we have? This? Here's the... If I deploy them now, there's a risk of them actually firing on my own troops. I think we'll have to wait until they actually get to this spot right here. Heavy fighting as the guards hold the line. Repeated charges, Kirkman's gunners firing away. Maybe I should set the target for them so that they don't accidentally fire on our own troops. You know, set up back here, if you please. Or we're about to get outflanked, perhaps. The Galicians will be ordered to check the advance of the convicts. They don't dare go on this side where Nick holds strong. Kirkman's gunners continuously firing canister towards the center of their attack. And the guards laying volley after volley, and now the grenadiers adding on to this. Pick target again, and pick target closer if you please. We've got a regiment of convicts right across, and then the grenadiers over there. What's this? Oh, it's the grenadiers. They haven't fixed that. That when they're mounted, the grenades basically just fire in front of themselves, to the point where they probably shoot themselves more than they shoot us. Ansbach. The Prussians are back. It's a long time since we saw the Prussians last. You know what? I'll leave it for Kirkman to choose his own targets. Currently it's the Grenadier Brigade, which is heavily onset by enemy attacks. Prince George Grenadiers. They're standing right in front of each other here. And they're forced to flee. Let's see, where do I have my cavalry, just in case if I want to ride these guys down. Polish cavalry. Winged hussars. Probably easier to use the winged hussars in this case. The guards have held well, just given the sheer amount of bodies we've got it strewn in front of us. As the enemy comes up, continues to lay fire into us. Oh, the howitzers are now ready. Deploy them. Now there will be no way for them, for the enemy to break through here. I want the Galicians to move forward so we actually can properly remove the troops there. It looks like this is it. They're not getting any more reinforcements. These cannons even look to be possibly thinking about leaving the battlefield. Oh, the square! Have they fired? If they haven't, then I want them to target the Mansbach infantry with an absolute salvo of here we go. An absolute salvo of here we go. Okay, the howitzers, I mean the howitzers are as inaccurate as you'd imagine, given that they're sitting behind this wood right here, trying to fire at something at this range. They're about as inaccurate as you'd imagine them be. Why are you not firing? Maybe you are firing. Here we go. And it just sprays them with shrapnel. Maybe firing towards this area is better for Kirkman's gunners. I don't think they do much here. You know what? I think it's done, isn't it? The winged hussars will move in. There's barely any units still standing. Most of these troops are now running. Let's order all the cannons to hold fire, to make sure that we don't shoot any of our own. Alright, the winged hussars kill them all over here. Go through, get the next one. And with this, I can definitely say we've won this battle against 15,000 opponents. Although most of these carrying very outdated weapons. These guys don't even have shoes. So maybe not the glorious battles, one of the Gloria battles in that, in just the strength of our enemy. These guys are actually counter-charging, not for the lack of valor on the side of the enemy. They're counter-charging the famous winged hussars as a foot unit. Let's see if we can go through. Okay, these guys given up. These guys have not. Huh. I'm surprised these guys keep fighting. And just as I say that, they stop. And I believe this is my victory. Here's the result of the battle. We deployed about 8,000 men against 16,000 of the enemy. We ended up losing 2,000 men, while the enemy lost 12,000. 4,000 of the enemy army remains, while we have roughly 6,000 men. Actually, closer to 4,000 men of them remain. When it comes down to who killed the most, we've got one of the heavy horse guard artilleries that killed the most. Not entirely sure which gun. I'm guessing this is Kirkman's gunners. I have no question to question that. In terms of the guards, possibly the two new guys, regiments. Not entirely sure which is which here. Followed by one of the winged hussars, the one with 122 remaining. Followed by another horse guard, and so on. General staff at the bottom with no kills. Absolutely wonderful. Actually, this cannot be... Oh yeah, it can be, because I upgraded him, right? Or... You know what? I can actually check right now. This one right here, which I think is Kirkman's gunners. So it sends this force away, this one killed. Let's go ahead and check. Yeah, it is Kirkman's gunners, as I upgraded them to 24 pounders instead of 6 pounders. Absolutely slaughtered. The Royalist Guards goes from no chevrons to 5. And Tarmo goes to 6. We still have quite the force remaining. Did I lose any units here? Or was there always 2 slots? I don't think I lost. It doesn't look like I lost a unit. So I guess there always was opening for 2 units. Actually, look at that. 3,000 men. I think the unit here is bugged out, actually. You know what? I was thinking I'd have to postpone this to the next video. This is an out-resolve if I ever saw it. We lost about 1,000 men. The enemy lost everything. The kills here aren't as interesting. It's so even distributed among everyone. Same with the losses. And there we go. Ukraine, you should have sided with Poland. Because you didn't, you're now dead. Actually pretty nice area. Oh, Poltava. I don't want to... Let's not think about it. Actually, maybe burn this place down. Never want to hear about Poltava again. What to do with the Ukrainians? Do I get any Ukrainian units? Like specific for this region? Can I recruit any Cossacks? Grand Hetman Janissaries. We can add more infantry to my Ottoman army. That was not what I expected. Anything else? I should get like a Cossack unit, shouldn't I? There we go. Cossack mob. Awful accuracy. Almost pointless. Elected Cossack dragoons. Okay, so I get seemingly... Oh, there was something else, I think. Was there? Is there any other unit? There was something, I think. No, that one is Potopki infantry. That is one that I already have. Yeah, we've gone back. The shotgunners have come back. This time they're called shotgunners. They might actually... This time they're called shotgunners, but they fire grenades. Any cavalry here? No, we've exhausted it. So we have Cossack mob, Cossack dragoons that can be recruited here. I'm thinking that I might let the Ukrainians come back, but as they come back, I'll force them to become my vassal. Or perhaps I just hold on to the region because I can't trust them. We're gonna end the video here today. For the next one, I think actually what I'll do is I'll advance this army. Next up, I think this will be the army that we strike. So we'll strike the Russians at St. Petersburg, take out that. Here's another problem area, which could be in the next video, where I have my Greek army, which could actually be more interesting to see the Greek army in action against the Russian army down here and make sure that we hold on to this. Then of course the Russians, in between episodes here, they sold me this region here and then this region right here. So all the shit smaller outskirt regions besides one is held by me because Russia sold them. Maybe I should try and sell these regions for like, trade these for like Jamaica or something. We need some good sugar cane. Right, with that said, I hope you enjoyed today's video, and hopefully I'll see you guys for the next one. Bye.